AI, artificial intelligence. You hear that term everywhere, right? From the news to your favorite sci-fi movies. But what is it really? Let's forget all the jargon and the killer robots for a minute. Today, we're going to break down what AI actually is in plain English. So let's dive in. So when you hear AI, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it some robot overlords from a movie? Or is it maybe just the helpful assistant on your phone? You know? That's the big question we're tackling here, because the reality of AI, well, it's much, much closer to home than you might think. You know, to really get what something is, it actually helps to first talk about what it isn't. So before we jump into the real definition of AI, let's just bust a couple of the biggest, most common myths out there. Okay, first up, the biggest myth of them all, that AI has feelings. I mean, it can't get angry, it can't fall in love, and it isn't thinking the way a person does. What it's actually doing is something called pattern recognition, just on an incredible scale. It is brilliant at finding connections in data, but it doesn't feel a single thing while it's doing it. And myth number 2, the idea that AI is some kind of all-knowing super genius. The truth is, pretty much all the AI we have today is what we call narrow AI. The best way to think about it is like a hammer. A hammer is absolutely perfect for hitting nails, right? But it's totally useless for, say, stirring your coffee. Well, it's the same idea. An AI that's a chess grandmaster has literally no idea how to tell you if there's a cat on a photo. It only knows the one specific thing it was trained to do. That sci-fi, all-knowing intelligence, that's general AI, and honestly, we are nowhere near that yet. Not even close. All right, so with those myths out of the way, we can get to the good stuff. What is the simple core idea behind this whole AI thing? This is it. This is the heart of it, right here. At its core, AI is all about making computers that can think, learn, and perform tasks that usually need a human brain. It's about creating systems that can take in a bunch of information, figure out what it means, and then make a decision based on that. Now, this is probably the single most important way to think about it. I love this quote because it gets straight to the point. AI isn't some independent creature running around. It is a powerful tool built by people to be used by people. It just extends our own capabilities, kind of like how a telescope extends our vision out to the stars. So how in the world does an AI learn? Well, it's basically a 3-step process. First, you just feed it a mind-boggling amount of data, like say millions and millions of cat photos. Step 2, the AI sifts through all of it to find patterns. Things like pointy ears, whiskers, certain shapes of eyes. And finally, it uses those patterns to make predictions. So when you show it a brand new photo, it can say with pretty high confidence, yep, based on all the patterns I've learned, that's a cat. Okay, so this isn't just theory. AI is not some far-off future technology. It is here, right now, and it's probably in your pocket. Let's look at just a few ways you're already using it every single day, maybe without even realizing it. Just take your smartphone. Every single time you unlock it with your face, an AI is analyzing dozens of unique points on your face, creating this mathematical pattern that is only yours. How cool is that? And it's that same pattern-finding magic that's predicting the next word you're about to type, or lets you go into your photo album and just search for dogs. It's all AI just working quietly in the background. And that quiet little assistant is also managing your email. Ever wonder how your spam filter got so good? Well, an AI has learned the patterns from billions of junk emails to keep your inbox clean. And the feature I find fascinating are those smart reply buttons. I mean, that's an AI that not only reads the email, but it understands the context well enough to guess exactly what you might want to say back, just to save you a few seconds. And then, of course, there's your entertainment, your social media feed, your video recommendations. None of that is random, not at all. It's all powered by these really complex AIs that are learning from every single thing you do. What you like, what you skip, what you watch for 3 seconds versus 3 minutes, all of that is data that gets used to build a feed designed specifically to keep you engaged. AI has really become the engine of modern personalization. So if there's one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. AI isn't magic, and it's not a sci-fi monster waiting to take over. It's a powerful pattern-finding tool. And it's not some future tech. It's already woven deep into our digital lives, making things smarter, faster, and way more personalized. And that really brings us to a final thought. Now that you can kind of see how AI works by finding patterns all around you, it begs the question, what's next? I mean, think about it. What's one tedious or complicated part of your day? How could a smart pattern-finding tool make it simpler? It's a fascinating thing to consider. Thanks for tuning in.